Namaskar, very warm welcome to all the viewers and learners in this live interaction of CIET and NCERT. I am Renu Bhatt with you all and you are watching us live on PM eVidya channels from channel number 6 to 12. Apart from these channels, you are with us on our YouTube channel as well, that is NCERT Official and NCERT PM eVidya class number 6 to 12. And dear learner, this special session is based on virtual lab and today is day 4 and till now we have learned a lot about virtual labs, and as you all know, virtual labs provide remote access to simulation based labs in various subjects. It can also enhance your learning by offering interactive simulations, dear learners and viewers, and visualization of abstract concepts and opportunities for repeated practices, and it's quite cost effective. In a nutshell, we can say virtual labs are a valuable tool for modern education, and we have joined by our expert for this particular program. But before that, let me share the title of the program, and the title is Demonstration of Simulation on Greatest Common Divisor, and we have our guest in the studio. Let's meet her. You are Ms. Shweta Bhardwaj. You are technical consultant from CIET NCERT New Delhi. Very warm welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, and a very warm welcome to all the viewers.
And before we proceed further, let me give some certain information to all the viewers in case they have any query or they want to know more about virtual labs. You can reach out to us through our various mediums. We want you to call us on our telephone number, that is 8800 440 559. Either you can drop a mail as well with all your feedbacks. Our email address is flashing on your television screen, that is diksha.training at ciet.nic.in. And if you have joined us through our live streaming, it means you are on our YouTube channels, then you have to go to the live chat box and then only you can drop your comment out there. Our expert will be more than happy to answer all your queries and doubts if you have any. So without any further delay, let's quickly start this live interaction based on virtual labs. And ma'am, as this session is for class 11 computer science students, but before I would like to ask you about, as I've just told our learners that in a nutshell we can say so virtual lab is a modern it's a tool for modern education. Ma'am, how and why, ma'am? Could you please explain?
So yes, Renuji, you just mentioned that it is a modern tool, and we can say that it is modern path breaking innovation which has changed the dynamics of entire teaching and learning. So as you can also see on the screen that virtual labs are interactive environments where we conduct simulated experiments for any subject, and they are also known as anytime, any place, any pace lab. You also mentioned that they are cost effective, definitely, because in order to access virtual labs we need minimal things. As you can see that we need a browser, we need a web portal like our Diksha portal, which acts as a repository for all our virtual simulations, and user can access these virtual labs very easily either with the help of a phone, tablet or a laptop. So it is not going to hinder your learning curve. Whatever devices you have, you can still learn all the experiments.
So ma'am, how can virtual labs make computer science education more engaging, ma'am?
Yeah, so I think just to demonstrate that how virtual labs are proving path breaking specifically in computer science, I think we can dive into the core of our session and demonstrate live virtual experiment.
Okay,
so we can start.
Shall we start?
Definitely.
Okay.
So, I would like to apprise all the viewers that before accessing virtual labs, first of all, we have to go to Diksha portal. So, you all can log on to diksha.gov.in. Once you will be, going to this portal, you will be getting this interface. So, this is the home page where you have to scroll down, and then you will be getting the focus areas of Diksha. So, you can navigate to virtual lab portal. So, once we will click on this portal, we will be redirected to this virtual lab interface where you can read about virtual labs, and you can see that all the data has been categorized into classes. So, our today's topic will be from class 11. Once you have chosen your class, you can click on explore, and mediums are also visible. So, in whatever medium you are comfortable, select that. Since we are doing demonstration of computer science, so I will be choosing this. and it will be showing me an interface where I will be having list of all the experiments in the right side. On the left side, you can choose your selected experiment. So as you mentioned all the viewers that today we will be talking about greatest common divisor. So we are going to click on this, and in the explanation resources, on the left hand side we got the GCD interface. So before starting the simulation, I would like to brief the viewers and learners that what is GCD and how we are going to do it. So let me demonstrate it. Now that what is GCD? It stands for greatest common divisor. Now GCD of two or more positive numbers is the largest number which is going to divide all of them perfectly. So here we are going to consider two numbers, n1 and n2, assuming that the first number will be 48 and the second number will be 18. So in this we are going to iteratively divide the numbers. So if we divide 48 by 18, we will be getting 12 as remainder. So we have to repeat the process until the second number becomes 0. So now we will be dividing 18 by the remainder which we got previously, and now it will be giving me 6 as the remainder. So now 12 divided by 6, now it will be 0. So we have to keep on repeating the process until we get the second number as 0, and we are going to return the first number as the GCD. So this is the core concept. Now we can start the simulation. Alright, so once we will be clicking on GCD, it will show us this interface. So Renuji, I would also like to tell the learners that this virtual labs is also giving the pedagogical integration, because here the lab session is going to be divided in 3 categories: pre-lab session, lab session and post-lab session. If a user doesn't know about the concept previously, they can make themselves apprise by going through pre-lab session, which I am going to demonstrate shortly. Then in the lab session, the learner can simulate the actual experiment, and they can have their own findings. Once they know the experiment, they have implemented it practically, they can go for post-lab session where they can assess their knowledge, that how much they have understood the concept. So I think without wasting further time, let me redirect the users and the viewers to the simulation. So as you can see on the screen, we were talking about the pre-lab session. So we have theory, procedure and video for pre-lab session. So today our aim is going to implement a program that computes the greatest common divisor of two positive numbers. So here, before diving to the simulation, you can see that it is also showing the instructions, that we have some symbols here: assign, load, store. All these are used for programming. Assign is used to store some values to a variable. Load is used to load the values of global and local variables to the registers of the CPU. So similarly, we have copy and push to move the data throughout the program and the registers of the CPU. Then we are also going to declare a function. If you already know Python, you know that we have to make a function for this. So fcall stands for function call. Once we will be taking some input from the user, we are going to call the function. So it is advisable to first go through the theory part to understand the functionality of Python programming and how computer works. And after theory, we can move to the procedure. So here, as you all can see on the screen, that we have GCD Euclidean algorithm. So this is a very interesting mathematics algorithm which has practical implementation as well, because whenever student learns something, they want to know that where are we using this in real life. So we use this algorithm for logistic and packaging, as well as when we have to do the flooring of our homes, we have to find the tiling without cutting the tiles, then we use these algorithms in those scenarios. So as you can see that we have set of instruction, it is a syntax of Python programming. So first of all, we are declaring global variables A and B, and now user will be asking for input from the user using the input function. Since we know that input always returns the string value, so we have to typecast it explicitly to integer. Otherwise, it will give us error. So this int is very important. Once we will be getting these values, we have to pass these values as a parameter in the function call. So here GCD AB is a function call, and whatever value it will return, we will be storing it inside global variable D. So all these are part of Python programming. Now, once the program basically will start from these two lines. It will not start directly from here. It will start from here, and when we will call the function, then only control will go from here to this part. Now you can see we have def keyword. It means we are defining a function and we are passing these parameters of m and n. And we can see that we have iteratively using these commands using while loop. So we are checking, we have to keep on dividing until the second number becomes 0. So this is a testing phase, that if the number is not equal to 0, keep on dividing the numbers. So learners, here you can see this modulo operator, this percentage symbol. So this means that we are dividing m by n and we are taking the remainder. We are not taking the quotient. The remainder will be saved in variable r. All these are local variables, and the value of n will be saved in m. So like I showed you the demonstration previously, that we have to keep on dividing and taking the remainder until the second number becomes 0. So now I think we have understood the procedure and we can go for the simulation. So in the simulation we can see this interface. You can press OK to start, and we can see that this screen has been divided into sections. This section is showing English language Python program, which is known as source code. Now programmers write the program in English, but we know that computers cannot understand English language. So these lines of codes have to be translated into low level instructions. Now there are actually a lot of, you can see that we are only writing this much and computer is interpreting the same thing into these many lines of code. So in the background all this work is being done, and we can see we have 3 sections for memory: data segment, stack segment and heap segment. So inside the beautiful computer memory, we don't get to see it, but you can understand the computer memory through simulations. So it also tells the user that computer is a black box. Whatever happening inside it, we are not able to see it. But in these virtual simulations, we are also getting an idea that how data is moving to and fro into the system. So this data segment is used to store the global variables. Stack segment is used to store the local variables and function calls, and heap segment stores the dynamically allocated memory. So let's start our simulation now. So like we understood in the procedure that we want 3 global variables A, B and D. So now it will ask the user to input some value. Like we used in the demonstration, number 1 will be 48. We are going to press submit. Now A variable is holding 48 and it is asking for the second number now. So I am using the same number 18. And now it is going to make a function call in the stack segment and local variables of m, n and r. So because stack segment holds the local variables, and we also have a temporary variable, as you can see that we are checking the second number for the 0 equality. So this temporary variable is going to store 0. Now all these variables will be moving from the program through the register, because CPU register is the place where actual calculations are happening. So this is also important for learners to understand. A teacher cannot make all these diagrams on blackboard while teaching, but virtual labs giving the platform to show that what is happening inside the computers, how data is moving from variables to computer registers temporarily. They are then 18 is not equal to 0, which is true. So while loop will execute now, and we are going to divide 48 by 12, and it is giving 12 as remainder, which is being saved in register. Now these values will be getting loaded to these local variables. So it will keep on happening step by step. The numbers will be divided, the remainder will be checked. If the condition for the while loop is true, it will again happen. So it will keep on happening until the second number becomes 0. So here learner is also understanding that how many steps it is taking for the execution of program. In Python, we get the output instantly, but here it is showing in detail, step by step, that how these variables are also replaced. Earlier it was saving some other number, but now the number is replaced now. So we will keep on pressing this play button to check the values. And again 6 is not equal to 0. So now this will be the last step, and now we got the 0. So our second number becomes 0, and it will return first number as our greatest common divisor. So as we can see that these load instructions are being played. Now 0 is not equal to 0, it is false. Now the execution of while loop will be over, and it is going to return 6 as our GDC. And the output is clearly shown on the screen that the GCD is 6, and now the simulation is ended. So I think that is a beautiful way of making young learners to understand that how programming takes place, how you write the source code of the program, how it is being converted into low level instructions with symbols, and how data keeps on flowing from program to the CPU part of the registers part of the CPU. So as I was also telling you that this is the lab session. Once you are done with the lab session, you can do the post lab session in the form of self evaluation. So Renuji, I would like to say that virtual labs are not a great learning tool for just students, but they are also great learning tool for teachers because they can assess their students, that how well they are understanding the concepts. So I would like to show the learners that they can click on self evaluation module of any simulation, and there will be questions which they can perform, and they can check their level of understanding. So it forms a part of their formative assessment. Yes.
So students and teachers can get theory as well.
Yes, theory as well as practical experience.
So they can repeat any experiment, any time, anywhere from with the help of internet, right?
24/7 accessibility.
Exactly. Ma'am, here I want to ask you about how are computer science simulation considered to be safe, ma'am?
Yes, so it is a common query, common curiosity that when we conduct experiments in chemistry and other subjects, then we have a harm or fear of harmful chemicals. But in computer science, why we are talking about safe experimentation? So like I showed you in the simulation module, that whatever programming you are doing, whatever changes you are making in the memory, it is going to be safe. It is in a sandbox environment. So this environment is sandbox. Whatever changes you are making here, it is not going to reflect in your local computer. Because Renuji, in computer science, we have lot of areas like networking, database, and website session management, where a single mistake can lead to data corruption. So I think we are talking about safe experimentation in those concepts of computer science, that if you have to learn concepts of something which can, corrupt the data of your local machine, it is advisable to please go for virtual experiments.
So ma'am, as we are running very short of time, but still we want you to tell all the viewers out there any tips or points that they need to keep in their mind?
Yeah, so I think now in this era of technology, where we are getting new technology, every day it is mushrooming. We are talking about AI, data science, robotics, IoT. So the key of navigating your path to a successful career is keep on practicing, keep on exploring. So if you have to learn something, don't just simply read the book. You have to keep on experimenting with the real tools and technologies. So you can go on Diksha portal and you can take any area of your choice. We have grade 11 and grade 12 computer science. You can choose your topic or any topic where you are facing any difficulty, and you can experiment.
So we have 5 subjects there.
Yes.
Okay. So that was all for today, and before I wrap up this session, let me thank Shweta ma'am for being here and for this insightful session. Thank you so very much, ma'am. And thank you so very much, dear viewers, for being there throughout this session. And we want you to share your feedback with us through emails, and our email address is diksha.training@ciet.nic.in. Do share your feedback with us and let us know what you think about virtual lab sessions. And let me share a very important piece of information with you all. If in case you want to order 4th and 7th grade new NCERT textbooks, you can order it from Amazon, Flipkart and NCERT's website, official website. So let me share about the other sessions details as well. At 12 o'clock, we will be having our live interaction for Hindi 12th standard students. The topic is Rubaiyan. At 2 p.m. we will be back with our another live interactions. That session is for Hindi 7th standard students. The topic is Chidiya Ka Geet, followed by social science 7th standard students. The topic is the new beginning, cities and states. Timing is 2:30 p.m. At 3 p.m. we will be back with our another live interaction for social science 8th standard students. The topic for the discussion is conversation of plants and animals. At 3:30 p.m. maths 8th standard students will be having their live interaction for squares and square roots part 3rd. At 4 p.m. we will be back with our online training program. Our topic is reporting ki prakriya aur pratikriya. At 5 o'clock in Sahyog session, we will be having our discussion on new environment coping mechanism for adjustment difficulties. And this was all for today's sessions, and you are here for virtual lab, our special interaction for this particular we can say skill that you need to have in your today's time. Virtual labs are very much beneficial for all the students and teachers out there, and but no, it's not the alternative of physical lab, but it can enhance your knowledge and confidence before conducting any experiments and demonstration in the classroom. So this was all for today's session, but on Monday we will be back with our another live interaction based on virtual labs, and the topic and the subject that we will be having on that day is biology. With this, me, Renu Bhatt, is taking your leave, but you stay tuned to PM eVidya channels for more informative programs. Namaskar.